In choir, individual students work together to create a larger work of art. In order to do so, each person must learn to read music, a language of its own.
So we start learning how to do this, as you know, from 7th grade. We teach them the fundamentals of rhythm, and we do lots and lots of practice.
Then we build on those fundamentals and we use that to learn our music.
The reason is, if you want to do music that's more than just sort of a catchy melody, you have to be able to learn it faster than that. And having those fundamentals of how to read music and how to learn music means we can learn complicated repertoire in a couple of weeks instead of multiple months.
Once the fundamentals of reading music are in place, students are able to use these skills to build the music itself.
Well, if we're in one of our upper level groups, I tell them the number of measures they should be looking over, so say measure 1 through measure 20, and then I say go. And they turn into each other and they start speaking through all of the notes with the correct rhythms using the appropriate solfege syllables.
We chant it in our section so that we all are on the same page with the rhythms and the notes. And we go over that multiple times to ensure that nobody has any difficulties or confusion about what's going on. And then by the time we're finished with that, we should be ready to sing.
I give them a few minutes, they chant through the whole section, and then I play their starting notes, and we sing the music. That's pretty much it.
To the untrained eye, or ear in this case, the process may seem strange or even uncomfortable. However, to 5th and 6th year choir students, it makes perfect sense.
Well, essentially, once we learn the basics of how to establish what key signature we're in, once we know what key signature we're in, we know what note is do, and we can go from there following the syllables.
So the chanting, basically, we use the solfege syllables mentioned before, and we apply those to each note value. And we do that so that we can kind of build what the song sounds like before we actually end up singing it for real.
When asked about their initial reactions to the process of learning music, some students found it to be more logical than others.
It kind of made sense because I did band in my last elementary school before I did choir, so I kind of got used to associating notes on paper to notes in my head. So it wasn't as weird as I think new people to choir or new people to music in general will find it.
While this process may have made sense to those with musical backgrounds, many students found the steps very strange, but agree that the skill, however odd, has become useful in the long run.
I'd say it was pretty jarring, especially because we didn't really do that at Fairview Choir. We just kind of he just kind of told us what to sing and we'd sing it. But I've gotten used to it now. Yeah. It was just weird at first.
But it was really weird because everybody kind of sounds really scary together because it's really loud, and also other sections are doing it at the same time. And so it clashes together and it's a little bit hard to focus. But I think it does really help with learning it and not just repeating it.
I was so confused. I thought it made no sense. I'm like, why am I gonna sit here and stomp and scream? How is that gonna help me learn? But throughout the years, as we've practiced it, it makes so much more sense to go over the notes and rhythms first before we start singing.
So when they first start doing it, they look at me like I'm a crazy person, but almost always they come around to realize this is actually pretty cool, and they feel empowered and they can see those skills developing in themselves. So that's the process. It's pretty cool, and it's really fun to see it when it's successful and to see the students so committed to what they're doing and just given 100%. It's real fun.